WorldRemit works within the remittance industry. We send to about 130 different receive markets, so one of the biggest, broadest players in the remittance industry.
So Protecht really fits in with WorldRemit nicely because it enables us to manage our risks across a global platform. So we have multiple entities in lots of different jurisdictions, so it really enables us to use a single source of truth and a platform that is SaaS-based in the cloud, so all of our teams can really use it to their advantage.
Before we had the Protecht system, we managed things through spreadsheets and manually through documents. There was a lot of back and forth with the business, and essentially we had to control all that centrally. The benefit of having a system now is the business can self-serve. They can go in, they can update their risks on the system, rather than us having to manage it all through spreadsheets. And we'd like to get to the point where the business is fully sufficient in self-serving, so they can see all of their risks, they can manage all their actions, they proactively go in and update things.
We've really put that responsibility and accountability back on the first line. We're a small second line risk function, so we can't be responsible for doing everything and owning everything that is managed in the Protecht system. Everyone has access to it, we have single sign-on set up, and we see a really good uptick and usage from everyone in the business.
One of the benefits of being able to collate all of our risk information centrally through our key risk indicators, our risk events, our risks, has been identifying thematic areas of weakness, and having that digital compilation of all those inputs has really helped in identifying where we've got weaknesses that we need to address.
So Protecht has created efficiencies in how we run many of our risk committees. We literally sit down in those meetings with Protecht, with our senior managers, and go through all the actions for their area, all the risks, all the different initiatives going on. So we've moved away from actually having to create, PowerPoints. It helps them take responsibility for something in a system, it sees where it is, it trains them on how to use Protecht and update it themselves. But it also means it takes away the burden we have of creating decks for committees.
The Group Board Risk and Compliance Committee in particular has welcomed the adoption of the system. It's given them the ability to have a number of dashboards and trackers that mean that they get a better picture of a number of key actions and key themes, the ability to track through review cycles and attestation cycles is really important to give the board that level of assurance. And at a subsidiary level across our group, we've been able to then funnel the relevant actions to the relevant decision-making forums without them being repeated and streamlining the amount of work that goes into board preparation.
One of the benefits of using the Protecht system is the variety of modules and the configuration of the system, and the fact that we can customise it to our organisation. That really helps us to meet the needs of our internal customers and design how they use the system.
So in terms of the Protecht modules, we use a broad range. So everything from our risk assessment registers, control assessments, risk events, issue management, audit findings. We also have policies and procedures, and obviously the core registers around action management as well.
All the modules that we've chosen to deploy because we believe bringing them into Protecht will have a tangible benefit for the business. Take, for example, the obligations register. We know that ultimately having that in spreadsheets just isn't manageable. Having it on Protecht just makes business sense. It links in with the risk profile, links in with risk and controls. It enables the first line to understand the obligations.
The single most positive experience I've had is being able to very quickly pull down a management action plan and present it to regulators, knowing that it's the most up-to-date, single holistic view we have of where we stand against what the regulators want to see.
At an executive level, the use of dashboards is particularly welcomed. It gives a really clear snapshot for very busy executives, and they can hone in on the detail. What the system does allow us to do as well, though, is from general board governance and committee governance, tracking through actions with proper narrative comments means that we're able to get into the granular detail, but also synthesize thematic findings.
Putting our processes on Protecht has really helped my team in compliance work more closely with other teams, say in risk and other departments, we have a much better understanding of what our colleagues are trying to achieve and vice versa. And that means we're working much more closely together as a single team, pulling together for WorldRemit.